Welcome to Big Chef, Little Chef. I'm Big Chef and this is?
Yes.
And what are we making today, Kira? What are we making?
Beer batter with fish and chips.
Veer battered fish and chips. That's correct, with a tartar sauce. Traditionally in Ireland, in England, Scotland and Wales, fish and chips is served with mushy peas. But in the Czech Republic, it's very difficult to source the marrow-fat peas. They're a dried marrow-fat pea that's soaked in a sodium tablet. So we can't source them here in Prague. And I wouldn't want to use garden peas. So we're going to just do beer battered fish and chips with a homemade tartar sauce. Do you know what type of fish that is, Kira? Nope. This is cod. So over here I have half a kilo of cod fillets. In front of me here I have 650 grams of hand-cut fries. And what I've done is I have cut them into the shape of French fries, into chips, and I've soaked them in water, removed all the starch, I've rinsed off the starch water, and I squeezed half a lemon inside of this water, which keeps them nice and white. And what we're going to do is we're going to blanch them in the deep fat fryer at 150 degrees for 7 minutes. You par cook them and then you take them out, you leave them on the side and you refry them. And this way you get a nice crispy French fry, crispy chips, and inside is nice and fluffy. In front of me here, I have mayonnaise, 200 grams. I have caper berries. You can either use capers or caper berries. Here are caper berries. They look like olives on the stalk. Or you can use capers. And so I have 200 grams of mayonnaise, 80 grams of caper berries, 40 grams of pickles, 10 grams of parsley, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a little trick that I use is a tiny little bit of turmeric because that gives the slightly yellower color for the batter. And over here for my beer batter, I have some beer, of course, 330 mils, 120 mils of grams of flour, teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and then the lemon we'll be using that for garnish. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my fryer. Here, do you want to help me, Kira? Going to remove the water. Excuse me a sec. Put these over here. Drain off the water. And I am going to, first of all, leave them there so the water to drain off here. And if you can help me, Kira, you can scoop the mayonnaise in here, please.
I hate mayonnaise.
Yeah. You hate mayonnaise? I think you like mayonnaise. So this is for the tartar sauce. And if you can pour in the parsley in there, please, dear.
Of course, I guess.
Yeah, that's the parsley. Dump that all in, please.
Parsley.
Yeah, that's done. Very good. And next, these are gherkins, otherwise known as pickles, chopped very fine. And it's important actually to chop the caper berries very fine because they do have kind of seeds inside them, like mustard seeds. But I think they're a very nice twist on it. And this is the caper berries. Can you put that inside there also, please? Very good. And okay, and now squeeze the lemon. I know you like squeezing lemon. Squeeze that inside, kids. You do like eating lemon? Yep.
And drinking lemonade.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give it a good squeeze in there. Excellent. And I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah, teaspoons are hard.
You like salt. And just a few grates of black pepper. And if you give that a mix, Kira, with the spoon, please.
I'm squeezing the milk.
You finish a little, very good.
You want it.
You want me to mix it? Yeah. Okay, that should be enough lemon. Thank you. And give that a good mix. Very good. This is a really, really delicious, tangy tartar sauce. Actually, here in the Czech Republic, the tartar sauce that you buy in the shops is quite sweet. They put sugar in it, which just really, really doesn't cut the mustard for me. This is a delicious tartar sauce. And it lasts for maybe 8 to 10 days. It's mayonnaise based once it's kept in the fridge. Kira's going to give that a good mix. And let you mix that over there. Yep. Ready? Very good. Look at that. I'll just grab that and give your hands quick. May I have that, please? There we go. So now what we're going to do is over here, I'm going to take my potatoes and I'm going to lift the basket up on the fryer. And I'm going to put in a couple of handfuls of potatoes. That's okay. Don't worry about that. And like I say, 150 degrees for 7 minutes. We part cook those, we take them out, we let them cool down, and then later on we refry them. Yeah?
We forgot to close it.
Nope, did I? Okay. Very good. So there we have the tartar sauce. Very, very, very nice tartar sauce. And you can use basically any white fish, but I have sourced cod. And cod is actually the traditional fish that we use for fish and chips. And now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to make our beer batter. I'll set that cloth over here. So if you can help me with this, Kirsch, if you can put the flour in there, please. That's 120 grams of that.
Daddy, wow, that's good. I did enough. Oh, I can do it.
That's dry ingredient, that's right. The next thing that you can put in here, like I said, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. And the reason I'm putting the turmeric in is just to give it a slightly yellow color to the batter. You don't want to put too much turmeric in because you don't want to get that curry-ish flavor from the batter. Just it's mainly for color. You could also use saffron, quite expensive, but you could. And a teaspoon of garlic powder. If you can pour that in there, please, as well, Ciara. Very good. And your favorite part, I know you like breaking eggs.
Oh, not good.
Just true eggs, we break in there. Both hands, please. Both hands. Very good. And we break the eggs. I've said this in many of our classes before. You can leave the shell there. Is that we break the eggs into a bowl prior to pouring it in, so we can just check if there's any shell. So there's the first egg, and one more, please, Ciara.
I'll smash it again.
Yeah, second egg. Thank you.
When it cracked, then I open it with
Perfect. Look at that. You're getting this down to a T. The shell can go over there, and you would pour that in there, please, Kirsch.
And after I will break that.
This is just basically a Pilsner style lager, Budvar. You can use Weiss beer, white beer. You can use dark beer, but the problem with dark beer, it makes the batter look a little bit too dark. I really not recommend it. I'd rather go with a lager. So we're going to change this to milliliters. And that's milliliters, yes. So we need 330. Okay.
White beer.
That's a bit too much. We've got 340 in there.
White beer.
Because it gives it a nice flavor, and the alcohol will be cooked off in the heat, so you can actually have it even though you're not 18, okay? So you can pour that in there, please. Into the flour.
Into the flour beer.
Yep. This is our beer batter. Very good. And now I'm going to give you a whisk. If you can mix that, please. I know you're good. Just hold it with one hand and you give that a good mix. There we go. Just turn around. Yeah. If you could hold this with your left hand. That's very good. Let me see.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you do it. Very good. If you find that the batter is a little bit too thick, you just add a little bit more beer. If it's too thick, add a little bit more flour. You want to have it the consistency of like thick pouring cream. Let me have a look at that. And you see that it's got a nice yellow color. And that's where you're going to get a really nice color on your fish. Nice crispy batter. We can't see you down there, Ciara. Do you want to jump up?
Mm-hmm.
So there we have the cod, the batter.
Hey, can I cook the fish in?
And yes, what we could do, we're going to have to dredge the fish. So what we're going to do also is we're going to get a little bit of flour. And we're going to dredge the fish in flour.
And one meat.
Yeah, so you can just move it around like that. So it coats all the fish. Very good. Try not to squeeze the fish too much like that so you break it up because it's very delicate fish. Just like that. So there's the first piece ready to go. Very good.
They're not ready, I'll tell you.
Yeah, you tell me when they're ready. Very good. If you don't blanch your chips, they will basically be raw in the center and overcooked on the outside. So it's very important to blanch them and then refry them later for Christmas. That's completely ready now. Okay, if you just jump over there, wash your hands. Yeah, that should be fine. That's ready to go now. Just jump over there now, and you wash your hands. So it's very important to completely coat the fish with flour, because after we've coated with the flour, we're going to drop it into the beer batter to deep fry it. And I didn't season this flour. A lot of the time you season the flour, but I've done a very nice seasoning inside of the bottom there. As you can see the consistency of it, it's nice. I added a little bit of extra flour. You can see it. You basically had like a pick. If it's too watery, the batter will fall off the fish. So you can just use your own Dredging. Yeah, there we go. Now. Okay, so we have now let the chips here. We blanched them for about 7 minutes and we put them in with some kitchen paper to drain off the fat, and they've cooled down a little bit, and we have now turned the temperature of the fat fryer up to 190 degrees. This is in order to get a nice crispiness on the batter. So I'm going to take this. Do you want to drop that in there? Here. Let's drop it in. That's very good. And the other one. And the last one. Very good. So that actually, the thing is, I'm not going to mix it. You know why? I'm just going to dip it because it has to go in. I don't want it to splash you in the fryer. We don't want to have any burns like you got the other day. Didn't you get a burn the other day? When you make, so I just take it from the side of the bowl like that. Just do it against this edge of the bowl, and then I just lower it slowly down into the fire and let go. I've actually taken the frying basket out of this fat fryer, because if you leave it inside the frying basket, it can stick to the metal rungs. And now I do the next piece. You need to cook this for about, I'd say about 6 minutes. 6 minutes to get a nice crispy batter.
Oh, but you're going down.
It is going down. And just wait for 1 second to put in the curry piece.
It's done with butter.
There is a lot of butter. No, we've got a third piece in there. Let me just see how they're getting on. Yes. About 6 to 7 minutes. And the third piece going in. Nope.
And the other big thing.
I'm just going to pop this over here, Kier. Yeah. You don't put your style up there and just give your hands a rinse. Here we go. So about 6 minutes, 6 to 7 minutes, we cook it until it gets nice and golden brown. Here we go. Some paper, and we're going to, I'm going to put some kitchen paper here as well to absorb the fat we take out of the fat fryer. We're going to put it on there to absorb some of the oil. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that's coming along very nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah, careful. If you don't have your oil at the correct temperature, the fish will absorb all of the oil and it will become soggy like a sponge. So it's very important, it's key to have the oil a nice high temperature, because you don't want it to become like soggy. The temperature is 190 degrees. So 190 at the end and 170 was the beginning where I was blanching the chips. And as you can see, the chips, they're half cooked, they're a little bit kind of rubbery, and now they're cooked in a little. So when I fry them after the fish comes out, we're going to have a very nice crispy coating. But I'm going to toss them with a little bit of salt, a wedge of lemon, tartar sauce, voila, it's your chips. Unfortunately, I wish I did have marrow fat peas, which from the UK, they should soak overnight in a sodium tablet. And it's very delicious. And people will use garden peas, but to me it just doesn't cut the mustard, the garden peas. Now, there's the first piece out. The second piece, and I'll leave a third piece for just a little bit long because I did put it in. Yeah, and there's the last and final. That's the last and final piece of fish there, as you can see. Very, very nice crispy batter. And the color is, as you can see, that yellow color has come about because of that small amount of turmeric that I put in there. And like I say, you don't want to put too much turmeric because then it'll give it the turmeric flavor. You just want enough to basically give it that yellowness. And as you can see, the temperature has gone up on the frying again. So now I take my chips, which I made earlier, which were blanched. And now the temperature of the fryer is at 190 degrees. Just take out those little bits. So, actually going to grab, goes with my fries in. Zoom.
Dip ka sa prariness.
Again, you'll know when they're ready. 5 or 6 minutes. Get a nice color on it, then toss them with a little bit of salt. Sea salt is actually also very nice. And then we're going to plate this over here with the tartar sauce and a nice wedge of lemon. The price of cod has actually skyrocketed. This cod today, half a kilo, which I bought here in Prague, and being a landlocked country, it's going to be obviously more expensive. And this cost 30 euros for half a kilo. When I was growing up, cod was extremely cheap because it was so abundant. But no. Right, those fries are getting a really nice color. And again, kitchen paper towel, just to absorb the fat. And then after I put them in there, absorb the fat off there, I'm going to toss them in a little bit of salt. And hey presto, we're ready to rock and roll.
Pesto?
Pesto. Do you want to jump up here?
What is the pesto?
Didn't we do pesto? Didn't we make pesto last week, Karen?
Yeah.
In fact, we're just going to pop this over here. So you know, we made pesto on our last video, which will actually be, we will be releasing it very soon.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I know that they won't taste nice. Just the chips and...
And what do you want to put on the chips?
I think I know what you're going to put on the chips. Ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chips, ketchup, and fish, and that's all.
Chips, ketchup, and fish.
That's it.
Okay. I close that down there.
I hate all.
Have a look at the color on those. Very nice, and they're extremely crispy. I can see from the outside they've got a very, very nice crispy coating. So I just give them a little toss like that.
Let me eat them.
They're very hot though, they'll burn your mouth when you...
I put one.
Of course. So we just do that, and as you can see, very, very nice color. We shook the camera over here as well. And now that the oil has been all absorbed in there, we'll take a little bit of salt. I'll put this up. Yum. And give that a quick toss over here. And if you can jump over here with your stand, Kira, and help me with plate this up. Very good.
What is food? Ground?
You can jump up here. Thank you. And now I'm going to put this over here. This nice crispy piece of fish here. And this one there. Very good.
They smell so nice.
Don't they? Smell very nice. So actually, I believe 2 is an adequate portion. We have another piece there. We've got 3 more pieces to cook off. So this here, I believe, is an adequate portion. And I'm going to put a nice wedge of lemon there on the plate.
Oh no.
Yeah. And not to forget our tartar sauce. I would just spoon a little bit of the tartar sauce over here.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
No, fine. Not the fine.
And there we have beer battered fish and chips, hand cut chips, beer battered fish and chips with a homemade tartar sauce and a wedge of lemon. Bon appetit. What do you think? You have a smell of those fries? And there you have it there.
Could I have one lemon?
You can indeed. I just put that up there.
Wait, who forgot?
So I'd like to say from Big Chef and Little Chef, say goodbye from Prague. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and tune in next week for, I'm not sure what we're doing next week. Do you know what we're doing? What are we doing next week?
Wait, you forgot to decorate the cupcakes.
Cupcakes. Okay, that'll be our next task, to do cupcakes, decorate cupcakes. So thank you very much and goodbye from Prab. Say bye.